sweeties, I have a fantastic recipe for you today. My favorite chicken wing recipe, curry soy wings. And I'm going to show you how to do it 3 different ways. We're going to do it in the air fryer. We're going to do it in the regular stovetop fried in oil, and then we're going to do it in the oven. Let me show you how, but first, please subscribe to Sweet Savant. Hit that thumbs up, that notification bell, and now let's get into these delicious curry soy chicken wings. All of the details will be in the description box, but first let's start by cutting our chicken wings into sections if you want to. You don't have to do this, but I find that they do fit into your air fryer if you're going to air fry these much better when they're cut. So I'm just going to separate the drumette from the flat and the tip. The wing tip is actually my favorite part, and I even like when it gets a little charred, a little bit burned. So we're going to just clip the wing section right through the joint. You can use a knife and a cutting board, but I really find that the scissors work great. So you can, again, leave them whole if you want. Like if you're using a baking sheet in the oven, leaving them whole is fine. So now we get our seasoning blend. We're going to use curry powder, red pepper flakes, a little bit of lemon pepper to season our wings. And then we're going to marinate it also with some soy sauce, some less sodium. It's not really low sodium, but less sodium soy sauce. And then a little bit of neutral oil, just like a vegetable oil in there. So, and then remember to check the description box for all of the details. Give our seasoning blend a little bit of a mix and then toss it right into a little zip top bag if you want to use that. You can use a bowl if you want. Squirt a little bit of oil, put a dash of that less sodium, soy sauce. Again, the amounts will be in the description box. And then seal that bag up. Try to squeeze as much of the air out as you can so that the marinade is held really close to the chicken. And then just massage it around to evenly distribute that spice blend and the soy sauce and a little bit of that oil all around there. And it gets just nice and evenly coated. And the combination of curry powder and soy sauce is fantastic. And you can back off of that red pepper flake if you don't want it too hot, but I really do like a bit of heat with this dish. So we'll get that all massaged around and then park it in the refrigerator. Overnight is best, but if you only got 2 or 3 hours, that will do. But we want to give it time to let the marinade soak in. Now, the first way we're going to show you is in the Ninja Foodi XL grill. I'm going to take out the grill plate. And I like to use this little trusty rack that I just happen to have around the house. It did not come with this Ninja Foodi XL grill, but it works perfectly. And I'll put a link to a similar one in the description box. So we'll get this preheated, and I like to set it pretty hot. I put it at 425 degrees because, again, I like a little bit of char. You might want to drop the temperature to 400 if you don't like a bit of char on your food. But for me, a little bit of char is fantastic. So now it's preheated, and we don't have to do any additional oil with this because we've already had oil in the marinade. So we'll put this into our air fryer, our Ninja Foodi XL grill. It's also my air fryer, and you can do all kinds of things, roast, air fry. So you want to let enough air circulate around there so that the heat can coat all the sides. We are going to turn this halfway through cooking. We'll get this all in one nice layer with a bit of space around it. Now, I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes. We'll check it after about 7 minutes. flip it, and then we'll see where we're at then. Now the second method we're going to do is in the oven. My oven is preheated to 425 degrees. I have a sheet pan lined with foil, and we're going to pop it in this hot oven. And the benefit of doing it in the oven is that I've got all this space. I can cook a lot of chicken wings, and I've got some broccoli roasting down there for a complete dinner. Oh, let's go and check on those chicken wings in our Ninja Foodi XL grill. They're already looking good. They are already looking really, really good. Let's give those wings a flip, the wings in the Ninja Foodi XL grill. And look how nicely they're coming along just after a few minutes. That's the best part. One of the best parts about using an air fryer is that they cook so quickly. We want to make sure we don't overcook them. I should have used the temperature probe to keep an eye on the temperature. We want to cook them to about 165, 170 or so that they remain nice and juicy. Ooh, it's time. It's time to check those wings. Oh my gosh, look at that beautiful mahogany rich color. This is what I am talking about. The soy in that marinade helps to give you that beautiful color. Let's check the temperature on these wings. Again, I should have used a temperature probe. This particular Ninja Foodi Grill XL does have the temperature probe. Not all of them do. You can get them with the temperature probe. I just forget to use it, but I'm going to do better with that. So let's check the temperature on this wing. It's kind of tricky with wings because there's not a lot of meat on the bone on some of them. So we want to get it in there, and let's see what it's, oh, hang on now. All right, we're at 175. It's a little hot, 172. Not bad though. Not bad at all. We don't want to overcook the wings because we want them to be juicy. Let's check on those wings that are in the oven. They're going to need a little more time, probably about 40 minutes in total at 425 degrees. We'll come back to that later, but now let's move on to our more traditional stovetop fried wings. We've got a container with some all-purpose flour. We're going to add some cornstarch to it. The amounts will be in the description box, so be sure to check that. And then we're also going to put a little bit of baking powder, not baking soda, but baking powder in there so we get a nice crispy coating. Just a pinch of salt, and we will blend, just kind of mix that all up so that it's all evenly distributed. The all-purpose flour, the cornstarch, the baking powder, and the salt. And now we will get our chicken wings, and we need to just put them straight out of the marinade into this flour cornstarch mixture. You don't have to worry about draining off all of the excess marinade because that's going to help the flour coating stick. We're not going to have like a wet batter, a real thick batter, but it's going to give us a nice crispy coating. So we'll get our wing pieces in there, and these are the wings that I cut. So the drumette, and then is cut off of the section with the flat and the tip. And we'll just cover that up and give it a good shake. Make sure it's really sealed because you don't want flour all over your kitchen. That would be a mess. So we'll give it a nice shake to evenly coat. Super, super simple. Shake off the excess flour and then into our hot oil. Oh, I got one of these fun little thermometer guns, right? Look at that. We're at about 360 degrees. We're going to drop our chicken wings into our hot vegetable oil and lay them gently. You don't want to splash oil all over the place, and you don't want to crowd your pan either. So that's actually a pretty big chicken wing. We'll put our chicken wing pieces into the hot oil and let them fry about 5 or so minutes per side. Again, you don't want to overcook it, but you want that nice golden brown color. You want it to be cooked through. So make sure you have your meat thermometer handy. It's always a great idea to have a thermometer nearby. You want to make sure your food is cooked to the proper temperature. You don't want to make anybody sick, so you want to get it above 165. For raw chicken, you want to get it, cooked chicken, you want to get it above 165 degrees. because we don't want anybody to get sick. So that's been cooking for a bit. Look at that beautiful color. We're going to flip those over. The crust is getting nice and crusty. Oh, it looks good. And it does not take very long when you're doing the traditional fry method. You're using more oil, but you do get a very nice crusty coating. You could do this flour method in the air fryer and just spray it a couple times with some oil sprayer. Oh, now it's time to check on those wings in the oven. They do take a little bit longer, but you get a nice result at a high temperature. Look at that. Really, really beautiful. You can cook more at one time, and you've got room in your oven for more food. So we've got our roasted broccoli there that's also ready to come out. And we are done. So which one are you grabbing? Air fried? The fried with a nice crispy crust, or the oven roasted? Yum. It's all good. Honestly, it is all good. And there you have it. This is one of my favorite chicken wing recipes, curry soy wings. We did one batch in the Ninja Foodi XL grill. We did another batch on the stove top in oil, a traditional fry, and then we did the last batch in the oven. And there are benefits to each of them. The ones in the air fryer took very little oil, they cooked super quick, and they get that nice roasted flavor. The ones on the stove top, I mean, you can't beat that crunch. You cannot beat that crunch. You can do a similar technique like this in the air fryer as well. I just ran out of chicken wings. But you can shake them up in that flour, cornstarch, salt, and baking powder mixture. Shake off the excess, put it in your hot air fryer. I would turn the temperature down to 400 if I'm gonna do it with the flour on it. Spray it with a little vegetable oil, and then go on about your business. Cook it up, flip it one time, and it's gonna be great. And then we did it in the oven. And the benefit of doing it in the oven is that you have so much space in there. You can do that whole pan of chicken wings. You can do 2 pans of chicken wings. You would just have to rotate it. And I even got a pan of roasted broccoli in there. So we have our whole dinner complete. Roasted broccoli, another fave. And it's no extra work. Toss it in some salt, some pepper, a little bit of oil in there, and it cooks right along with the chicken wings. It's so easy. I want you to listen to this crunch though. I want you to listen to this crunch, okay? Spectacular. I mean, the flavors are so good. Whether you coat it in the flour mixture or not, just make sure you marinate it. If you can marinate these chicken wings overnight, the flavor is just going to be through the roof. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. I love this recipe. Please subscribe to Speak Savant. Hit that thumbs up, that notification bell, and y'all have a delicious day.